In the previous class, I explained definition of a group, what are finite and infinite groups, and also I solved problems on infinite groups as well as finite groups. In case of finite groups, we use composition table. We write the Cayley table, and from that table we verify the group axioms. Now I explain one important concept today, that is nth roots of a unity. The nth roots of a unity, they form a group with respect to multiplication. That is important. All nth roots of unity form a group with respect to multiplication. Now I start with square roots of unity. Square roots of unity. The square roots, cube roots, fourth roots, nth roots of unity are studied in PUC classes. Once again I explain what are square roots of unity, because we start with this and we will use properties here. Square roots of unity. Square roots of unity are the roots of x square minus 1 is equal to 0. The roots of x square minus 1 is equal to 0 are called square roots of unity. Solving, we get x square is equal to 1, x is plus or minus 1. Therefore the set minus 1 plus 1 is the square roots of unity. This is square roots of unity. Square roots of 1. Now cube roots. Cube roots of unity are the solution of x cube minus 1 is equal to 0. Solution of x cube minus 1 is 0. Now solving, we get, how do you solve? We factorize this, x minus 1, x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Factorize x cube minus 1 using a cube minus b cube formula. So we get x minus 1 is 0, or x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now x minus 1 is 0 gives x is equal to 1, and x is, apply the formula, minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. This is the formula. Therefore x is equal to 1, or x is minus 1 plus or minus, here the concept of complex number, root of minus quantity is imaginary. So root of minus 1 is I, and therefore it is I root 3 upon 2. Therefore what are the roots? 1 minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2 minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2 are cube roots of unity. Cube roots of 1. Now we use notation here. It is denoted by omega. Denoted by omega. And if we use this as omega, this becomes omega square. If we use this as omega, another cube root becomes omega square, because square this. Consider omega square. Minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2 square. And if you square this, we get minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2. Because denominator 4, numerator 1, I square is minus 1, minus 3, minus 2 root 3 I. Therefore, what is this? Minus 1 square 1, minus 3, minus 2 root 3 by 4. Minus 2 root 3 I by 4. Or minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2. What is this? It is omega square. So we write cube roots of omega 1 are 1 omega omega square. 1 omega omega square, they are the cube roots of unity, where omega is imaginary cube root. And one more property is omega cube is 1. Omega cube is 1. Okay. Notation, first of all we have obtained the cube roots of unity. Cube roots of unity are the solution of x cube minus 1 is equal to 0. Solving, we get x is 1 and 3 values, minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2, minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2. but we usually take minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2 as omega. Then this becomes omega square, because squaring we get this omega square as another imaginary cube root. Now one more property, omega cube is 1. This is because omega cube is omega into omega square. What is omega? Minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2 into minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2. Therefore denominator 4 minus 1 square minus I square root 3 square. A plus b into a minus b form. Omega cube is 1. We prove this. Omega cube is omega into omega square. So 1 plus root 3 square is 3. What is I square? I is imaginary unit. It is root of minus 1. Euler has introduced this notation. I is root of minus 1, and the set of numbers is extended to complex numbers. Complex numbers. This is called complex number. X plus I by form. Now I square is minus 1, therefore it is upon 4 is 1. So the cube roots of unity are 1 omega omega square with the property omega cube is 1. And one more property is sum becomes 0. 1 plus omega square is 0. Or sum of any nth roots of unity are 0. Square roots also, you add the square roots of unity, you will get 0. Cube roots of unity, if you add, you will get 0. Next is fourth roots of unity. Fourth roots of unity. Fourth roots of unity are the solution of equation x raised to 4 minus 1 is 0. And for fourth roots of unity, there will be 4 values. There will be 4 fourth roots of unity. And if you solve this, you will get fourth roots of unity. Solving, we get factorize x square minus 1, x square plus 1 is 0. Further, x plus 1 into x minus 1, x plus I into x minus I is equal to 0. See the factors of x square plus 1, we write that as x plus I into x minus I, because I square is minus 1. Therefore, x is equal to 1 minus 1 I minus I. So the set minus 1 1 minus I. This is fourth roots of unity. In general, the nth roots of unity are 1 omega omega square etc. omega raised to n minus 1. These are nth roots of unity. Now the important thing is, all these sets form a group with respect to multiplication. All these sets form a group with respect to multiplication. We prove this. First one, prove that the square roots of unity is a group under usual multiplication. Under usual multiplication, it is a group. How do you prove this? You know the definition of group. We use definition here. What is the definition of a group? A non-empty set is said to be a group. A non-empty set with binary operation is said to be a group if that binary operation satisfies 4 axioms. What are the 4 axioms? Closure, associative, identity, inverse. This you have studied. Now I use composition table here. First write binary operation, that is multiplication. Minus 1 are square roots of unity, and how to write the table? To write the table like this. minus 1 1 minus 1 1. Now we multiply. Binary operation is multiplication. Minus 1 into minus 1 is 1, minus 1 minus 1 1. This is the composition table. How do you get the entries? You have to multiply here. Minus 1 into minus 1, minus 1 into 1, 1 into minus 1, 1 into 1. Now verify group axioms. First is closure law. Why closure law is satisfied? We have 4 entries and all these 4 entries belongs to the given set. What is the set? Minus 1 1. That is the square roots of unity. All the entries belongs to the set, therefore closure law is satisfied. Second, associative law. Associative law. Associative law. Why associative law is satisfied? Here, minus 1 1 is subset of reals and set of reals is with respect to multiplication it is associative. Set of reals with respect to multiplication is associative. Minus 1 1 square roots of unity is subset of reals. Therefore, associative law is satisfied. Third one, identity. What is the third group axioms? Identity. How do we find the identity from the table? If any one of the row is identical with the given row, topmost row heading element will be the identity. One is the row heading 1 is identical with given row. Therefore, 1 is the identity. From the table, 1 is the identity. Next, inverse. Inverse of 1 is 1. Inverse of minus 1 is minus 1. How to find the inverse? You have to find the entries in the table. Row and column heading elements will be mutually inverses. Inverse of 1 is 1 because intersecting elements, row and column heading elements, they are mutually inverses. 1 is the identity, row and column heading elements are 1 and 1. Therefore, inverse of 1 is 1, minus 1 is minus 1. In addition to this, commutative law is satisfied. Commutative law is satisfied because with respect to multiplication, set of reals is commutative or multiplication is commutative in set of reals. Hence, all the group axioms, in addition to that, commutative law is satisfied. Hence, square roots of unity, this set is a group under usual multiplication. I think you followed this one. You repeatedly go through the video and you can easily understand. In subgroups, once again we use this one in subgroups. Next topic, subgroups, we use again this minus 1 1. Square roots of unity is a group with respect to multiplication. Therefore, the problem is important. Next is cube roots of unity. Cube roots of unity is a group with respect to multiplication. First, you should know what are cube roots of unity. 1 omega, omega square are cube roots of unity. Just I explain what are square roots, cube roots, fourth roots and so on. Cube roots of unity are 1 omega, omega square. You know the value of omega here. Omega is 6 2 pi by 3. I think you have studied De Moivre's theorem and complex numbers. 6 2 pi by 3 it is. Omega is minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2, or it is 6 2 pi by 3 cos 2 pi by 3 plus I sin 2 pi by 3. Here you should know the value of omega. but in groups that properties are sufficient. First of all, you should know what are cube roots of unity. 1 omega, omega square. And what is the property? Omega cube is 1. Because we use that one in multiplication. We will come across omega cube. Whenever there is omega cube, we take that as 1. Now, the composition table. The composition table is as follows. Multiplication is a binary operation. 1 omega omega square. 1 omega omega square. You have to write the table. How to write the table? In the first row, write the element. First column, write the elements of the set. What is the set here? Cube roots of unity. And the left top corner, write the binary composition. What is the binary composition here? Usual multiplication. Now, how to write the entries? You have to do this operation, multiplication. 1 into 1, 1. 1 into omega omega. 1 into omega square is omega square. Next, omega into 1. Omega into omega is omega square. This is important. Omega cube, but omega cube is 1. So that you should know. That is property is important. In groups also, we come across multiplication, and if you come across omega cube, you have to replace that by 1. Next, omega square. Again, omega square into omega is omega cube is 1. Next is omega square into omega square is omega raised to 4. We write that as omega cube into omega. But what is omega cube? 1. Therefore, omega raised to 4 is omega. To find out omega raised to any number, you have to use this omega cube is 1. Suppose higher power of omega is there, you have to use this omega cube is 1. Now this is the table. How to verify group axioms? First one, closure law or closure axiom. How to verify closure axiom? If all the entries belongs to the given set, what is the given set? 1 omega omega square. And entries are this. These are the entries. And this we have obtained by performing multiplication with every element of the set. 1 omega omega square. So, if these entries belongs to the given set, that closure law is satisfied. Associative. Associative. Here only 3 elements are there. So you can take 1 omega omega square is equal to omega cube is 1. 1 into omega square is omega into omega cube. Sorry, omega into omega square. This is also 1. Therefore, 1 into omega square is 1 into omega square. So, associative law is satisfied. Since only 3 elements are there, by taking all the 3 elements, you can prove that the associative law is satisfied. Or, what is the reason? General reason. Why? How do you say that associative law is satisfied here? We know that multiplication is associative in set of complex numbers. Set of complex numbers. And these cube roots of unity is subset of complex numbers. Therefore, associative law is satisfied. You can give that reason also. What is the next group axiom? Identity. Identity. Identity is how to find identity? You have to see the rows here in the table. First row is identical with the topmost row, given row. So the row heading element 1 is the identity. See, you can directly write here from the table 1 is the identity. Then inverse. You have to prove that inverse of each element exists and belongs to the set. How to find the inverses? You have to find the identities in the table. In every row, identity will be there, and also no element will be repeated in the row. That is one more thing you can observe here. No element is repeated. If some element repeats, then it will not be a group in the row. From the table, inverse of 1 is 1, inverse of omega is omega square, inverse of omega square is omega. Inverse exists. In addition to this, commutative law is satisfied because multiplication is commutative in set of complex numbers, and this given set, cube roots of unity, it is a subset of complex numbers, hence commutative law is also satisfied. So this group, what is group? Cube roots of unity is a group under usual multiplication. Now I conclude here, I explain the remaining in the next video.